All right, the top 5 moments of Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 6. Before we start, I'm actually gonna say this is my favorite episode so far. I was pretty excited after Eren ate Willy. From there on, it was just like a ride. I loved it. Like everything that was happening, I enjoyed so much.
Yeah.
Usually, like for an anime, I just sometimes the new anime these days for me, I'm just like watching it. I'm like, oh, okay. But then like when I watched this episode, I was like excited, and like every time something happened, even though I knew it was gonna happen because I read the manga, I just felt like goosebumps, and I was like, yes. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into those moments that gave me goosebumps. So we're gonna go from not worse, but like we're gonna ramp up to the best moment. So let's go with number 5. What is your number 5, OC?
So my number 5 best moment of this episode, I'm gonna have to put that at the Scouts' first appearance. So after
Peak?
Porco and Peak escape from their from that hole, and they see the Scouts and the fear in Peak's eyes.
I love that moment.
Yes.
I love that moment. That's when like things really started ramping up for me too.
Exactly.
Her reaction to it was just great, and the music change was great, and I was just like, yes, get ready to like die.
And this episode, I don't know what it is, but like the way that it was illustrated, you could just sense the emotional fear and anguish and the different expressions of different characters, and like that expression on Peak's face in that moment, and the fear and shock of seeing the Scouts was like perfect. And so that's my number 5. And as much as I love that one, there's 4 more that I love more than that moment. So what do you put for your number 5?
That was actually one of mine. But my next one is the very beginning. Not the very beginning, but like the beginning when Eren ate Willy. And then everyone was just scared out of their minds and running away. I loved like Eren just doing his thing,
Yeah.
And scaring the crap out of everyone.
Classic Attack Titan.
Yeah. I wanna include Eren punching the Hammer Titan like right off the bat. Like right when she transformed into the Hammer Titan, like before she even finished,
right?
Like Eren just socked her, and that was such a beautiful moment. And then I don't know if you watched with the same subtitles as me, but like it was hilarious when the subtitles was like, okay, that guy that was talking to the captain was like, oh my gosh, that he's wrecking the Hammer Titan.
Yeah.
That was so funny. I thought the subtitles was like hilarious. But I love that moment.
Yeah, that was also my number 4, was specifically the Attack Titan wrecking the Hammer Titan. And so that moment was also on my list as well. I really liked that. So for me, my number 3 moment was Levi's appearance, Captain Levi's appearance.
Okay.
And when he basically cut Porco's jaw so that he couldn't clamp down, that moment was great. I was happy seeing that character. I was really happy to see him back. I don't know why. I wasn't necessarily waiting or expecting him to come. So that moment of him coming was perfect for me.
Gotcha.
And so I really appreciated that. And you gotta love Levi,
I will say more on that later.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
I think the second one for me was when like the almost less of a moment and more of a process of Eren discovering the weakness of the Hammer Titan. I just thought that scene where when the Hammer Titan realized that she was screwed, and Eren just pulled that thing out and basically defeated the Hammer Titan. That I enjoyed that moment a good amount. It was like a quick mystery, like 3-minute mystery, I guess, in the episode.
Yeah, that was great. And like this episode was so great because my list, I didn't have that on my list, but those are just like, it's a testament to just how many wonderful moments are in this episode.
And I suspect our number 1s are going to be different.
Probably.
Because neither of us have mentioned Mikasa's entrance. But for me, my number one moment was actually the ending, where Galliard was like freaked out.
Okay. So yeah, that moment of Porco basically seeing all the scouts coming at him, and he's like, "What? They're just mere humans. How are they gonna come at me? Don't they know I'm a Titan?" That whole like interior monologue.
I feel like Galliard's the only one who could have done that because he wasn't there to fight them at one point, right?
Exactly.
So he doesn't understand what the scouts have been through. Mm-hmm. And I love that moment so much. It's my number one moment because it showcases what they've been through, right? It's like, we're tired of this, of being harassed by Titans. Like now it's like the other way around.
Now it's our turn.
Yeah, it's like, it's amazing. Mm-hmm. It's great storytelling to me.
I feel that.
And also,
yes,
the big bonus is that it ends with Levi like zooming into the screen and his eyes.
Yeah, that was a great moment.
But the scouts like scaring him to death. I love that moment so much. Yeah,
I appreciate that. Gotta love it. So I have two more moments on my list. So my number 2 moment was actually the Hammer Titan when he's like, or she is like, usurper Eren Yeager. Any last words? that moment, I ate that up, and I was like, and then right after it, we have Mikasa coming in, and we have Mikasa's appearance, and she basically comes to the rescue. So yeah, that whole thing was great to me.
Yeah. I mean, you can consider that one big moment. So that it's sort of like our top ones are different, and then we had 4 other ones that were on the same list, I think.
Definitely, but my number 1 was actually not mentioned yet.
Oh, really?
And yes, my number 1 moment is actually the stare down between Sasha and Gabby. That moment for me was just brilliant because it was like, it's the setup for everything moving forward as far as I'm concerned, because now Gabby in her mind has righteous, justified anger to take revenge against these devils from Paradis, and Sasha's basically exacting her vengeance for having suffered at the hands of Marley and everyone else for so long. And
as a manga reader, I can't comment about that, but I think your assessment is well done, I'd say.
Yeah, that for me was like the top moment, because I literally like rewound it and just to like watch, because like what I mentioned earlier about the way that they illustrated the expressions was so perfectly done in that moment with the frustration and anger on Gabby's face. It just
I'm sorry, for me it's really hard to I'm one of those people that doesn't exactly like her character, but
okay.
I
mean, I don't know. I
shouldn't say too much.
Right. I mean, as far as what I've seen watching just the anime, it's not like I like Gabby for any particular reason. Like, she's cool, she's capable, she's kind of annoying with like the way that she treats Falco and stuff like that. But this moment, I really loved this moment because even though I'm not invested in Gabby as a character, I feel like that moment was done so brilliantly.
Yeah, it was done well, for sure. It was done well. That's as much as I can say. All right. That's interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that to be your top moment.
Yeah,
I also wanted to give like an honorary mention to the moment when in the anime they call it's John, but it's Jean talk to Flock, and they just discussed sort of the moral question of this whole episode, basically.
Yeah,
because when Mikasa talked to Eren about, you've killed children now, there's no going back. And Flock is with Eren because they did the same to them, so a big moral question is beginning to be set up for the show, and I think we can definitely make it that its own video at one point.
I agree.
Yeah, but I'm excited for more. I love this episode so much. It's my favorite. Like last time I told you, the episodes to come are gonna be like even better. So yeah,
I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Yeah, so that was our top almost like 6 or 7, but we're just gonna call it top 5 to make it a nice number for YouTube. But yeah, we're gonna definitely continue to do some Attack on Titan content. It's one of my favorite animes ever so far, and yeah, hopefully we can get it out each week by Monday or Tuesday. So if you enjoy hearing us talk about it, then make sure you guys subscribe and like the video. And let us know what your top moments are from this episode.